President Hakainde Hichilema promised a dignified farewell for his predecessor, Edgar Lungu, aiming to unite a divided nation. The gesture, meant to symbolize respect and reconciliation, instead sparked controversy. Many Zambians remembered Lungu's presidency for economic hardship and allegations of corruption. For them, a grand state funeral felt like endorsing a painful past. Hichilema's supporters, who had campaigned for change, struggled to accept honoring the man they had worked to defeat. Meanwhile, Lungu's supporters viewed the offer with suspicion, fearing it was a political move to control his legacy. The promise, intended to heal, exposed deep political wounds and mistrust. The rivalry between the ruling UPND and the opposition PF intensified. Instead of unity, the funeral plans became the first battleground in a renewed struggle over Zambia's recent history. The president now faced the challenge of balancing statesmanship with the demands of his base. The nation watched as a gesture of honor became a flashpoint for division. Zambia's political climate grew even more tense, setting the stage for a dramatic confrontation. Edgar Lungu's presidency was marked by ambitious infrastructure projects, roads, hospitals, and bridges that changed the landscape. Supporters hailed these as proof he delivered development to the people. But the cost was staggering. Zambia's debt soared, fueled by expensive foreign loans. The country defaulted on its debt, and ordinary citizens faced rising inflation and hardship. Lungu's legacy was also marred by accusations of democratic backsliding, crackdowns on dissent, media closures, and arrests of opposition leaders. Critics saw him as steering Zambia toward authoritarianism. For some, he was a builder; for others, a leader who left the nation burdened and divided. This dual legacy fueled the debate over how he should be remembered. The funeral dispute became a proxy for a larger struggle over Zambia's identity. The nation was forced to confront the complexities of its recent past. The government offered a state funeral for Lungu, complete with military honors and a burial at Embassy Park. But the Lungu family and the Patriotic Front rejected the offer, insisting on a private burial in his home village, honoring his personal wishes. This unprecedented refusal shocked the nation and put the government in a difficult position. Forcing a state funeral would appear insensitive. Backing down risked undermining state protocol. The standoff quickly became political, with the PF accusing the government of trying to control Lungu's legacy. The family's decision was framed as defending Lungu's true wishes against state interference. What began as a question of funeral arrangements became a symbolic struggle over memory and power. The government's gesture of honor was publicly spurned, deepening the divide. The moment for unity turned into a spectacle of public defiance. The funeral became a battleground for Zambia's political future. The nation watched as personal grief collided with political rivalry. The dispute soon moved to the courts, with the government citing the State Funerals Act and insisting on a national burial. The Lungu family's lawyers argued for personal rights and the deceased's wishes. The legal battle raised questions. Does a president's legacy belong to the state or their family? Zambians were split. Some saw the state funeral as a rightful tribute, others as government overreach. The debate raged in homes and on social media, reflecting deep partisan divides. In PF strongholds, the family's stance was celebrated. Elsewhere, it was condemned as political theater. The legal fight became a mirror of Zambia's fractured society. Even a funeral became a partisan issue, exposing the nation's unresolved tensions. The struggle was about more than burial. It was about who controls the story of Zambia's past. The country's unity was put to the test in the most solemn of moments. The funeral dispute revealed the depth of Zambia's political divisions. It showed that unity cannot be achieved through ceremony alone. The fight over Lungu's legacy was really a battle for the nation's historical narrative. True reconciliation requires honest dialogue, respect, and a willingness to see beyond party lines. Both government and opposition must rise above rivalry to heal the country's wounds. Zambia's democracy will only mature if it learns from this episode. Respect and dignity cannot be forced. They must be freely given. The real test is whether Zambia can build a culture of mutual recognition, even in disagreement. The nation's future depends on choosing reconciliation over recrimination, in life and in death.